What's up, all you miraculous people out there? This is Duuz-Diz-Din coming at you with the finale of Season 3 of Miraculous Ladybug, titled The Battle of the Miraculous, Part 2. This is the final episode titled Miracle Queen, as we see that Chloe Bourgeois has become the Miracle Queen, taking the miracle box and sending out her legion of bees in order to control all of Paris. And so we get to see various people living their lives. Nino is spending some time with Alia's family, being welcomed into it before they're possessed. We get to see Max and that his mother has been accepted into the space program. We also get to see Kim and his girlfriend. I mean, I thought he was a little too dense to actually kind of pick up what she was putting down, but it's kind of implying that we've kind of gone past that. We also get to see that the bourgeois couple has finally resolved all their issues and are madly in love with each other once again. Meanwhile, while Marinette embraced Luca at the end of last episode, she kind of backs off, still having some lingering, minute feelings for Adrian still welling around in her heart. But, Luke is kind of understanding all this because he's a good boy. However, he also takes a hit meant for Marinette from one of Miracle Queen's bugs. And because of this, Marinette is able to escape into the water as Aquabug. We also get to see that while Adrian isn't completely against the kiss that Kagami gave him, he's still very conflicted because he still has lingering feelings for Ladybug. But Kagami's kind of hurt by this indecision. However, she also ends up taking a hit meant for Adrian, allowing him to escape as Aqua Cat. Aqua Cat? I think Aqua Cat was the name of that. Aqua Noir. There we go. That's what he's called. Aqua Noir. That sounds better. Um, and Miracle Queen actually commands the whole of Paris to have their miraculous holders, the miraculous wielders, come forward to her. And she ends up finding out the identity of everyone who has ever held a miraculous. Max, Alia, Nino, Kim, Luca, Kagami. It's just like, dang. Now all of their identities have been revealed. Does this mean they never get to use the miraculous ever again? That's really kind of a bummer. However, because of the fact that Nino's miraculous is still with Master Fu and Kagami's miraculous is still with Ladybug, they're unable to power up. But the other four, namely Rena Rouge, Pegasus, Viperion, and King Monkey, are still able to power up, and she declares that they will be her soldiers, the servants of the Miracle Queen. Meanwhile, we see that Master Fu has barricaded himself within his shelter as, you know, Hawkmoth and Myura's plan continues to go into motion. However, Myura is still affected by the damage to the Peacock Miraculous, but she's still determined to help out Hawkmoth, sending out an amok in order to bring out Hawkmoth's Senti monster in order to break through uh, Jade Tiger. I want to say Jade Tigers, Jade Turtles shelter. Meanwhile, uh, Aquabug ends up meeting up with Aqua Noir. She reveals that she is the reason why this is happening because she probably ended up leading Hawkmoth to Master Fu, feeling that it's all her fault. And it's confirmed when Cat Noir uses his staff as a telescope. Huh, I didn't know he could do that in order to spy on everything that's going down. Ladybug loses a little bit of confidence in herself because of everything that has happened, but with a pep talk from Cat Noir, she gets back on track and formulates her usual plan. So she combines herself with the Dragon Miraculous to become Dragon Bug. And they use the power of the Dragon Miraculous's aqua ability, well, water ability, I don't know why I keep calling it aqua, water ability in order to ward off the various bees. However, Hawkmoth taunts them, saying that, hey, while you might be able to just ward off all the bugs from infecting you and taking control of you, we're just gonna keep smashing away at the Guardian until he has no choice but to reveal all of his secrets to us. However, Master Fu tells them not to give in to Hawkmoth's taunts. He's trying to put down Ladybug by talking about her failures. However, it's only through standing united that they'll be able to take him down. So they reaffirm their mission to take down Hawkmoth, and they end up facing after off against all the possessed miraculous wielders who activate all of their abilities. So, while Dragonbug goes toe to toe with three of the miraculous holders, Cat Noir goes after Viperion, as he is the most dangerous because of the second chance ability. So he does his best in order to, take up all of Viperion's time so that Dragonbug can swoop in and take the Snake Miraculous and give it to Cat Noir so that he can become Snake Noir? Snake Noir. I got all these names on standby because it's just like, there are a lot of names here. But Snake Noir is able to use the second chance ability to work his way around to getting to King Monkey. And while Dragon Bug opens up a small hole in the water barrier, he's able to redirect King Monkey's ability in order to just send it flying at Chloe, turning her bee miraculous into a mirror ball, disrupting all of her bees. That way, Ladybug can pull Miracle Queen in. So he can use his cataclysm to destroy her miraculous, freeing the Akuma, setting everything back to normal. Well, setting her back to normal, basically. And so we actually end up seeing that she is still desperate to get back an Akuma, as she is still an ally of Hawkmoth, much to the surprise of Ladybug, who, basically seemed to have thought that, Chloe was doing this against her will. But Chloe makes it known that she is very much not too happy about the fact that Ladybug kept passing her over in terms of giving her a miraculous. So she ends up summoning all of the miraculous within the miracle box in order to take control of all the Kwami. However, because she doesn't know any of their names or any of their summoning phrases, she's unable to gain that power. Which, honestly, I thought this was going to be a moment where she just uses all of their power and just goes completely insane or just completely burns out because she's using all of that power. Like, I was waiting for this to go terribly wrong for Chloe. But it went wrong in the most lightest way possible, with her just not being able to use any of this power. So Ladybug brings out her lucky charm, which ends up being a keychain for some reason. And she has a hard time figuring out what exactly this means, what this is supposed to do. And she starts to kind of lose a lot of faith and confidence in herself. Just being at a complete loss, feeling like a failure. She's just really down on herself right now. But Master Fu does his best to give her a bit of a pep talk, saying, hey, you're very capable. You've done so much. Yes, you've made a mistake, but who hasn't. And so, in order to keep the secrets of Marinette and Adrian a secret, he relinquishes his role as guardian. And so, because of this, he loses all memory of the miracle box, the miraculous everything, which I didn't even know was a thing. Like, yo, I didn't think this was a thing that could happen. But in turn, it is. And so the miracle box is relinquished to Ladybug, transforming it into a more Ladybug X box. It's kind of weird to look at, honestly. And because of this, Hawkmoth takes Mayuri to escape on the Senti monster. Cat Noir tries to pursue. Ladybug goes after Chloe, reclaiming the miracle box and all the miraculous she took. And because of this, Chloe will never be Queen Bee again. And so Chloe decides that she is no longer Ladybug's fan and will leave Paris. Good riddance, I say. Like, Chloe, you've had a million chances to be better, do better, but time and time again, they made it so that this character just remains the spoiled, terrible person that she is. She's had a million and one chances to be better, but in the end, she did something horrifyingly terrible. And I hope she never gains this power again. She does not deserve it. She's had so many chances to redeem herself, so many chances to be better. And yet she chose to go down this path. They chose to have her go down this path. Which is just like, no, she should never be Queen Bee again. Never. She does not deserve the power. She does not deserve to be an ally of Ladybug. She chose to side with the villain for selfish reasons. Yes, Ladybug decided to be selfish in not giving her that power, but she told Chloe long ago that because everyone knew her identity, she would not be allowed to gain this power again because it would go terribly wrong. And it has in the past, and it did this time as well. She does not deserve this power. Never again. Never again. You're terrible, Chloe. You trash. You trash, little girl. Mm-mm-mm. No. Go away to New York. Never come back. Please. You trash. And so, as she leaves, Cat Noir comes back saying he lost track of Mayuri and Hawkmoth. Meanwhile, we see that Natalie has really just expended all of her energy. And Gabriel's feeling down because it's just like, oh, it was all for nothing. You ended up just draining yourself all for nothing. But it wasn't, as Natalie managed to gain Master Fu's tablet and all the translations of the grimoire on it, telling them how to repair the Peacock Miraculous. And so, as Master Fu wakes up on the roof, Wise explains that the whole situation of how once the Guardian relinquishes his guardianship, he loses all memories. And while Ladybug restores everything to normal with the Ladybugs, thinking that maybe that will restore his memory, unfortunately it's a no-go. Master Fu no longer remembers who Ladybug is, who Cat Noir is, what anything involving the Miraculous is. In fact, he's lost memory of most of his life, which is really sad. Like, geez, to just have no memory of years, decades of your life. That's kind of a bummer. But, he questions why Ladybug had to get rid of her keychain for the miraculous ladybugs, because it was very similar to his keychain. And so as Chloe goes back to find that while she wanted to go back to New York with her mom has decided to stay in Paris because she's gotten all lovey-dovey with her husband. Which, utterly disgust Chloe, and I'm just like, good, good. You deserve to be unhappy. You deserve to be unhappy. Never be happy again. You trash. And Marinette ends up taking Master Fu's keychain, finding a locker, and we come to find out that the narration that Marinette has been doing over the course of these past two episodes has actually been a letter to her from Master Fu about loss and how, you know, while he might be gone in a sense, he might not be able to remember or help her out, this isn't a bad thing. It's just a part of moving on. It's a part of life. You have to move forward despite what you might have lost. And it's a very beautiful sentiment. Like, one of the writers for this, Sebastian, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, had said during a Japanese fan expo back in, 2018, that this had moved the team to tears. The script for this moved the team to tears, and he hoped that it would have the same effect on the audience, and yeah, it really did. Like, Master Fu losing his memory, that moment, it didn't hit me that much, but this moment here, like, he knew that at some point he was going to turn this over to Marinette, and it's a very heartfelt moment. It's just very touching and very sad. So Marinette ends up seeing Master Fu to Ma- Mar- Marine Marianne. I keep wanting to say Marinette. Marianne, I think it was her name, the Master Fu's girlfriend, and he, feels something towards her, like he's known her his whole life, despite having no memory. But he goes with her. He's seen off by Marinette, and that's it for Master Fu. Oh man, just really, really touching and depressing and just bittersweet. But we see our cast of characters all hanging out and eating ice cream and various different pairings that I did not think was a thing, but it was kind of alluded that they might have been a thing. Like, straight up, like, we got some pairings going on here. So, here's your ships. You know, decide if you like them or not. Go for it. But ultimately, Adrian sits with Kagami, and they get a little intimate, and Marinette feels a little bit dejected, but she sits down and Luca plays his song, and it ends up being kind of like a acoustic rendition of the Miraculous Ladybug theme song. And that's where it comes to an end. You know, it seems as though these two characters have kind of, decided to walk away from each other. Yeah, for the most part, maybe that's for the best, maybe that's for the worst. How do you feel about all of this? But that's not the end, as we see that Gabriel has repaired the Peacock Miraculous. And what new problems will arise from this? This was a fantastic conclusion. They always outdo themselves with the finale of each season because there's so much going on, there's so many threads, there's so many just things that come to a head towards the end of each season of finale, and this has been the best by far. So much has gone down, so much has changed over the course of this season. I am all too ready for season 4. I can't wait. I know there are a few specials coming up, and I can't wait to see them, but season 4, oof, so much has changed. Like, the status quo always felt like it remained the same for the longest time, but here, so much has been shooken up, and I can't wait to see where we go next. But tell me your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. What do you feel about the shipping situation? Adrian no longer pining for Ladybug, possibly. Marinette no longer pining for Adrian. What happens now? Where do their relationships go? Will it be, Adrian and Kagami? Will it be Marinette and Luca? What about the newly restored Peacock Miraculous? What will that lead to? There are a few spoilers floating around, but even still, it could just cause so many different things to happen. Also, Marinette is now the guardian of the Miracle Box. What does that mean? And with the reveal of the various identities of multiple of the miraculous holders, does that mean they'll never be able to wield miraculous ever again? We're just gonna have to wait and find out. But until then, thoughts, comments, feelings, comment section below. If you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to dislike, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Miraculous Ladybug episodes. And I will see you in the next video. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm bugging out. Bye-bye.